I'm at a point in my life where I just simply live my life and I don't give a fuck what anyone has to say. I don't care about their opinions, none of that. Cause bro, honestly, what they say don't make me eat, sleep, nor shit. And that's just me being straightforward. I don't care how ghetto that sounds, but look, realistically, some people talk too much, they give you their opinions on things and they think that their opinion is law. Bro, I guarantee you I could give a fuck less about your opinion. Now let me tell you, right? If you live life keep trying to fulfill other people's micro investments that they have of you in their head, if you keep trying to live life just pleasing other people, you'll never get to be where you want to be. I'm telling you, because even with content creation, for example, I used to be scared of posting certain content and saying certain things, and because it's on the internet. I do have to still be careful of what I say. Of course, I'm not a barbarian, but I simply don't give a about what anyone has to say. You know what I mean? I'm doing me. I'm saying me. I'm doing whatever, because at the end of the day, when this shit blow up and your boys start making thousands and millions, dog, they're gonna be like, God damn! They don't want to support you when you're at your lowest trying to build yourself in anything you do in life. People are gonna always have expectations. Some people are gonna act like they have, the best interest. They really don't. Everyone has their own orbit, like, what I'm saying, like has their own gravitational area, if you get what I'm saying. Like, they have their own fucking shit going on, their own life. Don't nobody really cares about what you got going on in your life, and if they do care, they just simply love you, they appreciate you as a person. Those are the people to keep, of course. But I'm talking about the motherfuckers that simply just, they have an issue. They gotta complain about the way you dress. They gotta ask you what's going on with this. They just can't sleep without getting some kind of information out of you. I got my tattoos. I had some family members that didn't fuck with that shit. Got piercings. Had some family members that didn't fuck with that shit. My hair, best believe. I had some bitches tell me that they don't like my hair. They don't like how it's just wild and all over the place, and I should cut it. I should go get some braids. Like, bro, I've been through braids already. I don't care about my hair. Look at my shit. I have children that come to the barbershop. They come and cut their hair. I have little toys in the toy section. They come and they play with them, and I like that. A time this child came and he saw this Christmas globe, and it wasn't really well-mannered of me to do that, because you're low-key kind of spoiling people's kids when you do that, But I'm a wholesome person, so it's not like I had a bad intent in my mind. But, the kid came and they were playing with the little Christmas globe. And, he liked it. And he was like, can he have it? I was like, well, you want it? And he's like, yeah. I was like, okay, go with it. And his father was like, not you encouraging him to do stuff like that. I said, no, it's okay, man. He seemed cool, man. I'd rather give him than it just there collecting dust anyway, because I don't have no use for it. And the father laughed and stuff like that. And the kid was so happy. For those of you who don't know, I'm a barber. I'm a hairstylist. This is what I do. The kid was so happy. And I like that. I like the finer things in life. I like going on walks with my dog. I like feeding my dog. Look, I don't know, bro. I don't know. It sounds random. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting old. I don't know, because this shit sounds so boring to me. Maybe if I was 16, 17, like, what you mean walking the dog? The fuck? But look, life just comes like that. I want to live my life that makes me happy. Because today, tomorrow, you could pass. You never know when your time is going to come. And you don't want to live life in regret, brother. I'm telling you, that's probably the worst feelings one person can have. Living life in regret. Saying shit like, man, I should have did this. Man, I could have did this. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. You can't do nothing. It's already gone. The time is gone. Nobody can get back the time that they used, bro. So with me, I value every single second of the day. Every single minute of the day. I love to listen to music. I ain't gonna lie, I don't condone the use of any marijuana use if it's not legal in your state or country. If you didn't have permission from your doctor, just viewer discretion is advised. But me personally, I love blazing a big fucking joint, smoking that motherfucker until I get fried as fuck. I love, drinking occasionally. I love reading books. I love, watching educational videos, learning stuff. Right now I'm studying this orthopedic course a little bit, trying to learn a little bit of orthopedics. I'm not thinking about being a medical student, but I literally kind of like medicine a little bit. I always said to myself, if I had a lot of money, I would go back to school and shit, because I left high school, but I have my subjects, but I just said, nah, I gotta chase the bread. Now look at me. I'm in my own barbershop. So, look, life be like that. I'm 22 years old. I'm on my journey. I pay bills. I do everything just like everybody else. So I can tell you all this shit from a grown perspective, you know, and I can still tell you this from like a very young N-word perspective, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying my best to not curse so much in these videos, goddamn it. I don't want YouTube to be like, hey, your channel, we're gonna have to give you a strike. But you know, I'm young, you know, at the end of the day. I think my mindset is very mature. I've been around like very mature people. And I have so much to learn, believe it or not. But I can tell you this so much. Life is short, and by the time you blink, you're gonna be 30, you're gonna be 40, and you're gonna be 80, and you're gonna be, you know, you're just gonna be like, damn, I should have really did content when YouTube was buzzing. Now YouTube don't even exist no more. You know, maybe they have MeTube or some shit like in the future. I don't know. I'm just saying some random shit. You know what I mean? Life be like that, bro. The opportunities pass by. You know, a lost opportunity cannot be regained. You know, it's like that's just life. That opportunity was just in the moment. You know, so you gotta grab things in the moment and live life now for now. And don't care about what people think, bro. Don't care about the opinions of others and what they're gonna say if you put on this or if you put a tattoo on your skin or whatever. Look, I've been judged countless times. I know that for sure. You know, I carry myself in a certain way. You know, maybe I've been judged for the way how I treat others before in life. You know, because when I was younger, I was more wild. You know, I was promiscuous. I was more immature. I was more ghetto-like and like a hoodlum. You know, I become a more grown man. You know, you kind of put childish things to the side. But nevertheless, some people, they have this mentality of you that once they had it before, it never leaves their mind. Like, they don't think you can ever change as a person. So, you're not here like Superman with an S on your chest trying to save your fucking reputation and please everybody. Please don't do that. You're going to live your life very miserable. Me, I don't care to disappoint people. It could be my own family. It could be my own friends. I don't care to disappoint people. Reason being, because if I am being satisfied in where I am going or the position that I am in, but I had to disappoint someone, well, that's just life. You know, you can't please everybody. And the sooner you realize this, I'm telling you, you're going to be at peace. You know? So, honestly, bro, the best advice I can give you all is just express yourself. We have stuff like social media now that makes it extremely hard for individuals to express themselves because they're seeing all these creators doing their own thing on the platform, you know, dressing up in different ways, and people get inspired by people all the time. There's nothing wrong in being inspired. Don't get me wrong, guys. There's nothing wrong in taking constructive criticism or listening to other people's opinions and, you know, using that to like improve your own person. There's nothing wrong. But what I'm saying is for the individuals that literally revolve themselves around people and their opinions, you don't want to be like that. So I'm not saying don't listen to anyone, don't listen to your parents. I'm not saying that. You don't want everything you do to be based around another person's opinion. And I know it sounds crazy. It sounds very self-explanatory, like duh, you don't want to be doing that. But trust me, I know so much people doing that. Shit, I can admit it. I used to do it. It's toxic. You know, so bro, right now I'm at my happiest ever since I decided to just simply not give a fuck. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video, man. It's your boy Casey. You know, I'm switching up the different angle positions. I still have this noisy ass white boy just here hanging up. You know, I was too lazy to move it. I low-key like the look with the white in the background anyway, so I just whatever. I hope the shaking on the whiteboard didn't sound too loud for the video, but whatever. It's your boy Casey for real. Like, subscribe. I'm gonna catch y'all boys in the next one, man. You already know what it is. We dropping dimes in this bit. We are this bitch.